Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, the place where passion for the purple and gold runs deep every single day. If you bleed Lakers like we do, you're definitely in the right place. And today, man, we have something truly special to talk about. Last night wasn't just a win. It wasn't just another regular season game. It felt different. It felt like one of those nights you circle later on, thinking that's where everything changed. The Lakers didn't just beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. They absolutely steamrolled the Western Conference leaders, pulling off a 27-point blowout that nobody saw coming, and the ripple effects of this game could be felt for a long time. From the opening tip, there was a different energy. You could feel it. The Lakers weren't tentative. They weren't feeling out their opponent. They came out swinging like a team that had something to prove, not just to the Thunder, not just to the league, but to themselves. The offense was flowing like we haven't seen in a long time. It wasn't forced, it wasn't disjointed. It was beautiful, selfless basketball. The ball was zipping around, guys were cutting, spacing was perfect, and the shots, oh man, the shots were falling like rain. 15 three-pointers in the first half alone. 15. That's not just hot shooting. That's a team completely locked into rhythm, trusting each other, making the extra pass, hunting great looks instead of settling for good ones. It's the kind of performance that sends a message. But it wasn't just offense. Defensively, the Lakers were locked in like it was Game 7 of the finals. They were aggressive without being reckless. They stayed home on shooters. They rotated perfectly. They communicated. They fought over screens. They crashed the boards. And most impressively, they managed to do something that no team had done all year long. Keep Shai Gilgeous-Alexander off the free throw line. Let that sink in. Shai, the ultimate foul-drawing artist, the guy who lives at the stripe, didn't attempt a single free throw. Zero. Nada. That's not just a stat. That's a statement of defensive excellence, focus, and discipline. And the stars. Oh, the stars showed up in a big way. Luka was sensational, operating with that slow-motion control that makes defenders look helpless. He finished with 30 points on hyper-efficient shooting, orchestrating the offense like a maestro. Austin Reaves looked like the player Lakers fans have been dreaming he could become. Fearless, smooth, a perfect secondary creator who kept the defense honest and punished every mistake. And LeBron. What can you even say at this point? At 39 years old, the man is still capable of putting the entire team on his back when needed, blending scoring, playmaking, and leadership in a way that's simply unreal. Together, they combined for 69 points, setting the tone and carrying the load when it mattered most. But what made this performance even more special was the contributions from everywhere else. Gabe Vincent came off the bench and lit it up from deep, showing the kind of shooting that made him such a valuable addition. Dorian Finney-Smith played perhaps his best game as a Laker, hitting big shots, defending multiple positions, and bringing that hard-nosed attitude that championship teams always seem to have. Even guys like Dalton Connect and Jordan Goodwin, who sometimes get lost in the shuffle, made key plays that kept the momentum swinging in LA's favor. It wasn't just the starters, it wasn't just the big names, it was everybody. This was a true team win, the kind that builds real belief in the locker room. And belief might just be the most important thing right now. Because let's be honest, this season hasn't been easy. There have been injuries. There have been stretches of ugly basketball. There have been doubts. Fans questioning the coaching staff, questioning the roster construction, questioning whether the window for LeBron and this core has already closed. But last night reminded us all why you never count out the Lakers. When this team is healthy, when they're connected, when they're locked in defensively and firing on all cylinders offensively, they can beat anyone. Anyone. The best part? It wasn't some crazy, unsustainable performance. Yes, the shooting was hot. But it was the quality of shots that stood out. It was the defensive effort, the rebounding, the hustle plays. Those things translate night after night, especially in the playoffs. The Lakers didn't rely on hero ball. They didn't need LeBron to score 45 to survive. They play the right way. And that's why this win feels so meaningful. You could feel it after the game, too. In the locker room, the vibe was different. Luka, usually reserved, was laughing, joking with teammates, completely at ease. LeBron, always the elder statesman, had that look in his eye, that glint that says he sees something building. Even Coach JJ, who's usually pretty measured, couldn't hide his excitement during the post-game press conference. He talked about how proud he was of the defensive execution, how the team finally strung together a full 48 minutes of disciplined, high-energy basketball, how this could be the foundation for something bigger. And make no mistake, the Lakers know what's coming. They know the Thunder will come back hungry in the rematch. They know teams around the league will be paying closer attention now. They know expectations are about to rise. But that's exactly what you want. Great teams don't fear pressure. They embrace it. They thrive under it. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like this Lakers team is ready to rise to that challenge. Because here's the truth, the margin for error in the Western Conference is razor thin. One hot streak could launch a team up the standings. One bad week could send them spiraling. Every game matters. Every possession matters. And if the Lakers can bottle up the energy, the focus, the execution they showed against OKC, watch out. This could get very, very interesting. Imagine a fully healthy Lakers squad storming into the playoffs with momentum. Imagine Luka carving up defenses, Austin flourishing as the perfect complement, LeBron summoning whatever is left in that legendary tank for one last magical run. Imagine the bench coming alive, role players hitting big shots, the defense suffocating elite offenses. Imagine the Lakers, counted out for most of the season, suddenly becoming the team nobody wants to face. It's not just a fantasy anymore. Last night proved that the potential is real. The foundation is there. Now it's about consistency. It's about hunger. It's about heart. And if last night was any indication, this team has plenty of all three. Another thing that stood out? The energy from the crowd. Staples Center, Crypto.com Arena was electric. You could hear it through the TV. You could feel the buzz every time the Lakers made a big play, every time they strung together stops, every time someone hit a dagger three. It's been a long time since that building rocked like it did last night. And you better believe the players fed off it. There's a saying that defense travels. Well, energy travels too. When a team taps into that level of connection and hustle, it becomes part of who they are, whether they're at home or on the road. That's the blueprint for playoff success. That's how you win ugly games in hostile environments. That's how you steal series you're not supposed to win. And the Lakers are starting to understand that. One performance doesn't erase the struggles of the season, but it does show that the potential has always been there, waiting to be unlocked. The injuries, the inconsistent rotations, the chemistry issues, those were real. But they're not defining this team anymore. Not if they keep playing like they did against OKC. Not if they keep trusting the work, trusting each other, and embracing the grind. It's also worth mentioning just how big this win is for the standings. In a Western Conference this tight, every game is a playoff game. Every tiebreaker matters. Every momentum shift matters. Beating the top seed, and doing it convincingly, sends a message not just to the Thunder, but to everyone else jockeying for position. The Lakers aren't just surviving. They're coming for it all. And man, you have to give credit to Coach JJ and his staff. It's easy to criticize coaches when things go wrong, and fair enough, that comes with the job. But last night was a masterclass. The game plan was sharp. The adjustments were timely. The rotations made sense. The Lakers didn't just out-talent OKC. They out-schemed them, outworked them, and out-executed them at every turn. There's also something beautiful happening with the role players. They're not just standing around watching the stars work. They're stepping up. They're making themselves indispensable. When Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dalton Connect, and Jordan Goodwin are making plays like they did last night, it makes life so much easier for the big three. It creates a team that's dangerous from every angle. And don't underestimate the psychological edge this creates. Confidence is contagious. Success builds on itself. When players feel empowered, when they trust the system, when they know that if they play the right way, they'll be rewarded, you get buy-in. You get effort. You get a team that's willing to do the little things, the dirty work, the stuff that doesn't always show up in highlights but wins championships. It's crazy to think that just a few weeks ago, there were rumors swirling about blowing it all up. Trade everyone. Fire the coach. Start over. And now here we are, talking about a team that looks like it could make real noise in the postseason. That's the NBA for you. That's the Lakers for you. Dramatic swings, emotional roller coasters. But when the dust settles, greatness has a way of resurfacing. The path forward won't be easy. The schedule is brutal. The margin for error is razor thin. But nights like last night remind you that this team has the gear. They have the ceiling. They have the heart. Now it's about doing it over and over again. Now it's about stacking good days. About turning flashes of brilliance into a standard. And maybe that's the most exciting part of all. This isn't a team that needs a miracle. They don't need a fluky shooting night to win. They just need to be themselves. They need to be the version we saw against OKC. If they can do that, if they can trust that identity, there's no limit to how far they can go. It's funny, a lot of people wrote off the Lakers this year. Too old, too inconsistent, too fragile. But what they forgot is that heart doesn't age. Pride doesn't fade. And when a team with championship DNA finds its spark again, watch out. History has a way of repeating itself. So as we look ahead to the rematch with the Thunder, to the final stretch of the regular season, to the madness of the playoffs, there's only one thing left to say. Buckle up, Lakers Nation. This ride is just getting started. And something tells me it's about to be unforgettable. What do you think, Lakers fans? Are we witnessing the start of something special? Are you feeling that magic too? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And if you're loving this ride as much as I am, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single moment. Thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for always bringing that Lakers passion. And as always, go Lakers, baby.